do that combat encounter. So, one thing I do wonder, this isn't like a criticism, it's just I wonder. How's come they don't allow us to control all the characters on the world map? Because, like, I think we've controlled every character now except Kate Sith. But everyone else, I think, how about that Omni chair? Wait, was there an Omni chair? Oh, yeah, sorry, I missed it. I think we've controlled every character on the map at this point, except Kate Sith. And they all kind of controlled the same, with the exception of maybe Barrett. But, like, you could probably let us, like, whoever your leader is, probably let us control them on the map and it wouldn't really affect much. Ow! So I wonder why they didn't do that. It was just a engine thing, or what? Special guest. The OG 7 Brady Games guide. Whoop. Like, I'm trying to think, like, Yuffie has the grapple hook, right? But Tifa also used the grapple hook at one point. You could just disable it for Cloud. I mean, they removed it from our inventory anyways, so, like, we don't have it anymore. Barrett can shoot stuff, so maybe you gotta disable that or something, because maybe they couldn't have that accessible at all times or whatever. Aerith just runs around like Cloud does. You know? Oh yeah, Yuffie has the shuriken throw too. I mean, they could have just had like a little tutorial come up that was like, hey, you can control anyone you want on the world map, but they lose their abilities or something. Like, at the very least. It's just interesting that they like just force you to be Cloud always. Perhaps they wanted it to be obvious that Cloud is the leader or something. Like, they thought maybe story-wise it didn't make sense. Where'd that chocobo go? Oh, that's probably it. They wanted us to not have fun. That's definitely it. Let's go in hardcore. They were definitely like, we hate our fans and don't want them to have fun. That's definitely the reason. How do I get up there? I have to glide. I feel like this area is also kind of hard to maneuver, even though you can glide anywhere you want. Once you get down in this ravine, you gotta find your way back up. Chocobo! Yeah, surely Gungaga's harder, but I mean, I like the natural progression of, like, the first area being super open and obvious, and then the areas slowly get more and more complicated. Ah, I see. I'm not gonna make it. Made it. Not a boat. I didn't think the Chocobo would be able to do that.
We're in monster territory now.
Oh, that's new.
Rare ski variant.
Unleash a limit break. Unleash a limit break.
The shimmering golden plumage of this variant was once so coveted that they were hunted to the brink of extinction. Not that black market dealers cared. Given this tragic, bloody history, one can hardly fault these skis for their highly aggressive behavior when one of their own is taken from them. Loath though I am to subject them to further trauma, I'm afraid this is the only way that we might learn more about them. Please try to be as gentle as you can.
Be as gentle as you can as you murder them relentlessly.
I believe in you!
My turn.
They just give us all fury. It's interesting. Thought I swear I gave Cloud Assess. Oh. Dude, that's so cool. They have the same exact like mechanic as in the original. They give you fury.
Why don't you lead the way? You won't regret this.
So Aerith died a horrible death.
Now with extra beguiling ninjas.
Dude, Windstorm is just insane. Like, this move is just insane. I don't know. Like, just look at her go! They're not even weak against wind! She's just insane. Like... This character... Holy moly.
Are you okay?
And then if she ever gets in trouble, she can just blindside out of it. Oh my god, dude.
Congratulations! You managed to complete all intel objectives.
It's crazy. Like, as long as the enemy is smaller... Yeah, she got another limit at the end there. As long as the enemy is smaller, she can just Windstorm and bring them all together and then just lay down the absolute smackdown. And if she gets hit, she could just blindside out of it. Anything looks scary, just Brumal for him. You have to use a synergy ability to unlock your level 2s, which is really cool. Like, again, I talked about this a lot yesterday, but I really didn't understand where the synergy abilities like landed in terms of the mechanics. I was like, they feel kind of clunky to have to like use them to get your limits and stuff, but yesterday I really started to actually understand like the mentality behind the fight mechanics, and it's so fun. You basically just do a rotation between synergy moves and regular abilities, and then using your synergy ability to get either max MP or whatever, and then use whatever buff you get from that to get back to your synergy ability. And it's like, it's such a cool dance through all the different mechanics. It's really, really awesome. And that includes the limits as well, since some of them give you level 2 limits. How's it going, Sinorath? What would a tier list look like for all the characters? Okay, that's really hard because I'm not done with the game yet, and I haven't really fully tested all the characters yet, so like, take this with an absolute huge grain of salt. But at least casually, right now, I'd probably say like, again, this is like 0 testing, okay? Probably like from bottom to top, Kate Sith, Barrett, Red 13, Cloud, Tifa, Aerith, Yuffie. But that's like, again, that's like with 0 testing, and that's also like usability. Not necessarily like damage output, but like just how useful are they in every scenario. But that's, like I said, that's very like just me looking at it right now with like really 0 testing. Just kind of my casual using them all a little bit. Yuffie is like the standout. She has everything. Barrett is incredibly useful, but only for his one thing that he's good at. So that's why he's really low. Red 13 is super fun, but all he does is damage. Tifa's really fun, but all she does is damage and ATB. And then her stagger bonus, which just is great, but not as great in this game. Aerith is so high up because pretty much almost every enemy I've fought so far has an elemental weakness, and Arcane Ward just absolutely smashes them. And then Healing Wind and Planet Protector are good. But like, Arcane Ward is still nuts, especially if you use Arcane Ward on Yuffie, so. Get up there. Well, that's the thing, like, all the characters are extremely viable. But I'm going off of, like, I'm not necessarily going off of my playstyle, I'm just going off of, like, well, who I think is the best. Like, I'm not putting playstyle into that. I got Ty Brocco. Why would Yuffie spend ATB on a spell? Did you watch my video I just uploaded yesterday of me casting Fyra with Doppelganger in an Arcane Ward? And I sent an enemy so high up in the air we could barely see him anymore? But yeah, no, I'm just going off of, like... Yeah, well, okay, I see what you're saying. Like, I've used Yuffie more because I like her, so therefore I've found more good stuff with her. That's true. I did not really like Kate Sith, so I didn't use them very much. So there's probably a lot with Kate Sith I don't know yet. So that's true. Like I said, this is like with 0 testing, so... You know, I tested Yuffie more than Kate Sith, so that makes sense. I've heard that Kate Sith is nuts, but I think it's later. I don't think he's nuts with what I currently have. And if he is, he's nuts, but very slow to be nuts. whereas the other characters are much faster, so. Oh, dude, if you cast Haste and Radiant Ward on Aerith, she gets her ATB so freaking fast, it's nuts. The thing with Cait Sith, even if he does have some, like, funny gimmick that makes him do 1,000,000 damage or something that I just haven't seen yet, his whole gimmick is really odd. Because, like, his whole gimmick is that you get on the Moogle, and then you do damage with the Moogle. Hold on, I'll listen to this.
Cloud, by analyzing the Lifespring data, I was able to locate an old Republic transmitter chip. First, look for a weathered old ship, then scour the surrounding area. I trust you'll have no trouble finding this distinctive landmark.
The whole gimmick with Cait Sith is that you get on the Moogle, and then you fight, you attack with the Moogle, and you build up the Moogle bar, and then you use the Moogle bar, and you get like a free... Everyone on the party has barrier, everyone on the party has mana barrier, everyone on the party has haste, right? But if you watch my Bahamut fight, I did a bunch of damage with Cloud and Tifa, used their thing that gave them infinite MP, and then buffed the whole party with Cloud's infinite MP. So that's infinitely better than, like, trying to slowly do it with Cait Sith. So that's why I'm putting Cait Sith so low. He may have some, like, cool mechanic that makes him do a lot of damage, but Cloud and Tifa can do a bunch of damage with all their stuff and then get infinite MP and then do everything that Cait Sith can do and more. So I think that if you're using the Moogle bar to, like, buff your team, you're probably not using your synergy moves to their greatest potential. Unless there's some, like, synergy move you use with Cait Sith. Like, if you use Cait Sith to buff the party, and then there's some synergy move with Cait Sith that you use to, like, do something else. But, you know, I haven't... Like I said, I've not delved far enough into Cait Sith to really know if that would be better, but... we shall see. But at least in a casual perspective, I think that most people would agree that Cait Sith is kind of the worst starting off when you first get him and you're using all the characters. He's kind of the standout, like, lowest tier until you get him going or learn how to use him or get his abilities or whatever it is you need to make him good. I think that's a fair assessment. I'll be interested to see how that tier list changes post-game, you know? Like, once I know everything about everyone, what my tier list would be versus what it is now. How do I... Am I blind? Is it, like, way up top or something? I don't even see the... Usually there's the crystals. I don't even see the crystals. It's gotta be, like, below or something. It's gotta be, like, below inside the cave or something. What's that? What in the... I want to fight that. Stone Golem. What is this? What is this party? What did I get? I think I pressed the wrong button. Who jumped? I think I accidentally changed my party and my... Menu.
Go on! Little. Come on! How you like this?
Well, I was waiting for him to attack, but he never attacked. What the?
You need to chill. It's the power of
They lose energy every time they attack or take damage and become pressured once their energy is exhausted. That's what happens if I do this. Oh, I win? Cool.
what you get for tossing a ninja!
I won a Queen's Blood game last night, 110-0. How do you guys approach your friends when you need to tell them they have an addiction? Unrelated question. You enable it? Yo, good job, man. Keep it up. Yo, man, nice moves. Okay. So, like... How do I get... How do I get in there? Can I get in there? Yeah, this area is really fun to explore. I'm just constantly running into stuff that's interesting. Should talk about your Final Fantasy VII addiction? Alright, what should we talk about? You should amp it up. Let's not talk about my memory cards. Okay, that is not gonna make it. Maybe this one will. Can I make it over there? I don't think so. I need to get up there. Like like above.
There are sites here dedicated to a Bahamut variant. A variant known as Bahamut Arisen,
nice.
with armored scales red as the canyon soil.
Your Final Fantasy VII addiction is so bad I saw you playing 2 at the same time.
Analysis complete. I managed to extract the necessary data from the crystal. This should allow me to strengthen your materia.
I don't think I've ever played a game before where like every little task you do just has some like epic song that plays while you're doing it. It's crazy. Like, it adds so much. Adds more than I would have thought it would. We're gonna have some Final Fantasy VII intervention. I'm gonna be like, guys, I don't play it that much, and then you're gonna like pull out the 2 Final Fantasy VII's 1 controller challenge. That wasn't me, I swear. Okay, I need to know what that is. What is that? I want to know what it is. How do I get up there? Can I... How's it going, Callus? Final Fantasy VII intervention. How do I get up there? Can I go this way? Can't stop finding stuff. Down the huge hole. That's the ticket. Wait. No, you can't. Excuse me, gentlemen. Can I want to go down there. What is that? What's all that? I've never wanted to explore an area so much in all my life. Aha. Okay. I don't think I can reach where I want to reach, though, from here. can't. This is gonna drive me crazy. Probably just have to go like up here. It's like a battle up there. There's like crazy stuff up there. So like I'm struggling to understand why people are calling the exploration frustrating. Like, why is it frustrating to explore? Like, I think my problem is literally the biggest thing I heard going into Rebirth was it better be open world or I'm not buying it. Like, that's literally what everyone just, it better have a world map, it better be open world, it better whatever. Like, it better be an open game or I'm gonna never buy a Square Enix game again. And then we get it, and then everyone is like, I don't want to explore. And I'm like, I mean, I kind of get the Gungaga thing with it being like confusing, but again, like, what do you want? Just a flat plane? Because you have that at the start. Yeah, like, I don't know, like, I mean, I think that it's still, I think it's a fair complaint to say, like, Gungaga's a bit difficult to find everything, and maybe, like, the layout of Cosmo Canyon makes it a bit hard to find stuff. But, like, I'm not getting frustrated by it. I'm enjoying trying to figure it out. I would imagine when I go back to Gungaga, there might be one or two things where I'm like, okay, what the heck? How do I get this thing? But the majority of it is like just what an open world is. Like, I don't know, you know. And like, if you're somebody that wasn't saying I want an open world, then you can simply just do the story and not explore the open world. And it's balanced in a way that lets you do that. So, yeah, I'm a little confused because, yeah, and don't get me wrong, like, if that's your opinion, that's totally fair, but it's weird to me that it feels like the overarching opinion. Like, I haven't read my YouTube comments yet because of spoilers, but from what I've just kind of gathered from, like, you guys talking and then, like, talking to some other content creators, like, seems like that's a pretty big complaint, is the open world. And I'm like, but that's what you guys asked for, right? So it seems kind of weird. Yeah. Yeah, no, like I said, I think I get the Gungaga thing. I don't think Gungaga's for everyone. If you don't like, you know, Zelda-esque puzzle exploration, then Gungaga's not really going to vibe with you, but I think this is my core issue Tell me whether or not you agree with this. If your issue is like, okay, let's say you're trying to get 100% in Cosmo Canyon, and there's one or two things that you like can't find. Isn't that the price of getting 100%? Like, if you want 100%, shouldn't that be difficult to get? Like, it's not confusing to just get to Cosmo Canyon. And it's not confusing to, like you can go in any direction and get a bunch of stuff. It only gets confusing if you're trying to get 100%. Which is like every video, like that's the way a video game should be designed, right? That's where I'm kind of lost. Like, with Gungaga, it might actually be a bit confusing to get through the story. So that, I feel like, is a relevant complaint. But if you're complaining that you can't find everything in Cosmo Canyon, that's because you're trying to find everything? Like, you know what I mean? That just seems... like, that's almost like complaining that hard mode is hard, right? Like, that's the point. That's... you know? So I just don't feel like that's a really valid complaint. If it was difficult to get to Cosmo Canyon, and there was a bunch of people that were like, man, I just wanted to experience the story, and I can't find my way to Cosmo Canyon, then, like, I get it. But I can literally go anywhere on this map and just be getting stuff. So it's not like I'm totally lost and can't find anything, and I'm like, you know, totally like, wow, I'm bored because I can't find anything. Because I've played games like that before, where it's like, I'm bored because I cannot figure out where to go, you know? But that's definitely not the case here. You can go anywhere and be fighting stuff and getting loot and doing objectives and getting intel, and then if I ever want to get to Cosmo Canyon, I just gotta go that way. And I could also understand if the argument was like, oh, I never wanted the game to be open world. But that's like the absolute biggest thing I heard from everyone was like, it's gotta be open world. Gotta be open world or I'm gonna hate it. So it's just weird to me that like everyone asked for an open world, and now that it's here, people are complaining that they can't find everything. It's like, it's very, seems very, I just want to complain, which, you know, I've been there, but. Yeah, I think the cool thing is that there's no pointless area. Everything has a purpose. Oof.
So it's my turn? Stop it!
Alright. It's Aerith's time to cook.
Sorry about that. Go on!
Let's do this. Let's go. One on you.
We'll make it quick. Gotta go for it. Gotta dig deep for this one.
Yeah, so I don't even have haste, but look at how fast my ATV goes up with the lasers. Oh, I don't have ice. I can throw fire, though.
I think we'll...
Which is still doing, like, super damage.
That's too much? Here he comes! That's it! Gotta go for it.
Boom!
Let's go.
Yeah, it's just really odd to me that, like, I feel, and I'm not trying to say that these people are being, like, genuinely mean or, like, they genuinely want to be this way. I think it's just maybe, like, a mentality thing where, like, people are asking for an open world and they get it and then they're like, wow, this is all filler. It's like, that's what open world is, like, that's what you asked for? Like, by design, an open world is kind of all filler? So I don't know. It's like, I don't know if people just really understood what they were asking for, maybe. You think it's vocal minority? I mean, yeah, but it's the majority of the minority. You know, I'm not saying everyone feels this way. Most people agree that the game's amazing and stuff, but of the people that are complaining, it seems like the majority. Would you agree? So I'm just mentioning it because it seems to be what I'm hearing the most. It's not like a problem that's gonna like ruin the game or anything. Like, I think everyone is being very positive about the game, but of those that are being negative, that seems to be the biggest majority. You don't think those are the same people that wanted an open world? Maybe. I feel like it is, though, because I feel like everyone wanted an open world. Like, why would you say I don't want an open world, but then when it gets here, you try to 100% it and then complain that it's hard? Like, wouldn't you just skip it if you didn't want it in the first place? Or not complain about it because you didn't want it in the first place? I don't know about many. I don't know about many people didn't want an open world. The majority of people that I talk to in terms of like our community, which is biased, but the majority of the people that I talk to were like, I want Square to do what they want to make a good game. For the most part, like whatever they think is like after Remake, a lot of the people that I talked to just kind of gave their faith in in Square Enix, like to make a good game. Remake kind of sold Remake for a lot of us, so like we were just like, all right, Square, cook, you know, because like no matter what we said about Remake, what it should be and what it shouldn't be, they in the end made a good game. So you know, a lot of us are kind of like, just let them cook, because obviously they know what they're doing. Remake was amazing, so. And that's kind of my stance on it now. Yes, there were certain things with Remake that I was like, man, I'd really like him to do this, I'd really like him to do that, but at the end of the day, it's like, they're the developers, let them cook. And look at that, they made like some of the greatest games in years, so. That's just kind of. And I definitely feel that way about Part 3, you know. I wouldn't dream to tell them how to make Part 3 because I genuinely don't know how you make Part 3 at this point. So, like, I just let them do their thing and then... Let them do their thing and then I'll complain about it later, you know? That's the content creator way. Let them do their thing and then complain that I was right all along. That's the way to do it. Say nothing so that I can say whatever I want to when it comes out and I can say that it was how I felt. Oh, I landed right on the tower. Oh my god, they all landed on the tower. Dude, they got some accuracy. My teammates have some real accuracy with these chocobos. I feel like every other game I play where they do something like this, the AI just fails miserably at it. But here it's like they are very good chocobo riders. How's it going, Stubbs? How's it going, Shoe Puff? Well, sometimes it can be hard to separate real criticism from people just being counterproductive. People just being contrarian. So like, but I do think that there are genuine complaints to be had about this open world. I mean, there's genuine complaints about everything. every video game that's ever come out. There's genuine complaints and criticisms you can make. So I'm not saying like if you have a problem with the open world, you're bad and should feel bad, but it just interests me that of everything I heard from the community, the open world was definitely the most requested thing. And now that it's here, it seems to be the biggest thing that's criticized, you know? And I do think you guys are right, though. I think that it's two separate fields that are doing this. There was the people that wanted the open world, then it came out and they loved it, and then the people that didn't want an open world, they were quiet at first, but now that it's out, now they're getting loud. So it's just two different sections of fans that were loud at different times. How do I get up there? Spooky cave. I mean, even I don't envy Square Enix. Even my own community, it's impossible for me to please everybody, you know. Even my own community has the absolute most extreme takes in every sense of everything. So all they can do is make the best game they can make, and I think they did that. And honestly, I think that they hit what the most people wanted with this, to be frank. I think if we take into account everything I heard from every side of the internet, they pretty much hit all the big things that the most people wanted. And that's really all they can do. This area is cool. Obviously, it's going to be for something later. It's weird seeing, like, so much water. Cosmo Canyon has no water around it. Well, kind of, but, like, the actual dirt ends before the water starts. Somebody else fascinated by the water texture? I didn't really take a chance to really look at the water. I haven't really been, like, analyzing the graphics very much, to be honest. I'm playing in performance mode on a 2K monitor, and I think the game pretty much looks as good as Remake. I think that the models look a bit worse on the world map, but that makes sense, because of course they do. It's a giant world. And I think that some of the cutscenes look better than Remake. But I feel like overall, if we, like, summarize the whole game, I feel like it's around the same quality as, like, Intergrade. So really, I just haven't had a lot to say about the graphics. My only, like, big complaint is there's a lot of pop-in. Like, I've noticed pop-in even during cutscenes, and I've also noticed a lot of shadow issues, as well as the weird thing where stuff gets dark for no reason. So there's a couple, like, graphical flaws, but in terms of just the way it looks, yeah, that water looks really crazy good. You're right. It does look very good, especially for Unreal 4. So yeah, there's a couple, like, big flaws you can point out. But, in general, I think it's good. Not, like, absolutely mind-blowing, but very, very good. But see, I'm talking, like, literally graphics. If we're talking, like, stylistically, this game is incredible. Like, one of the best ever. But if we're talking, like, actual, how many pixels are we looking at here, you know, it's just very good. But, you know, stylistically, The characters look amazing, the enemies look amazing, the worlds look amazing, the cutscenes are really good, the enemies and all the like character designs and everything. It's all fantastic. How much of the scenery is merit of the engine and how much of the human designer? Well, if you're asking, like, how much was created, like, by hand, I'm pretty sure all of it. Like, all of these, this is not like like, none of this was generated. You can tell because of how specific everything is placed. Some of the stuff was like some of the textures and stuff maybe, but like the position, like the level design, I would imagine was all handcrafted. Foliage and stuff, yeah, it's generated. But. No, they didn't place every cactus, but you know what I mean. Did I take it up there? Yeah, I need I need to see more of Sid. I haven't seen enough of him to give too much of an opinion. He looks great though. I like his design a lot.
Sorry, here they go.
Man, look at the damage I'm pouring out just with the beams. I want to see what the familiar is like when I got laser beams. Where's my familiar? Aren't I supposed to get a familiar when I do that? Or do I not get one? There he is. Well, he did. Nope, I haven't been inside yet. I didn't even mean to side quest, but I'm just kind of like running around and stuff keeps coming up and I'm like, ooh, piece of candy.
You sure you want to fight
Oh my god.
This one's for you.
Dude, this move is unreal. Look, I already have my limit. Everything's dead. What? Why is Windstorm so insane? Like, it's... Like I said, if it's smaller enemies, it just pulls them all to her, and then she immediately gets all her ATB, because if she swings, she hits, like, 6 targets. You can just spam it. It's crazy. How do I... I got a Choco fly up there or something? The answer is yes. Apparently Aerith wanted to watch. Where's my Moogle? What's up, Dash? Oh, that's right. I don't have a grapple hook. I can't do this. I guess we get it back later. Yo, let's go knock. The song's going a bit harder now. Probably because I got more towers. Is it bad that, like, I want to get the towers really badly now, just because it upgrades the music? Like, what a great benefit. That's how you incentivize people to do stuff in your game. Apparently it does. The Gungaga music, we got a tower and it started singing. And that was like the best part of the song. Yeah, and this song, like some of the instruments weren't there before. The violin in the back was not there before. Maybe, okay, maybe it could, something is definitely affecting the music, but it might be like the further you get in, or perhaps just the more intel you get or something. It might not specifically be the towers. It may just be that we noticed it with the towers both times. But something is definitely affecting the music. Yo, big! Thank you for the 11-month primer. One more month to your full year. Thank you so much, man. Oh, we're cruising now. We're like way up top. Yes, the flying minigame was not great.